to the other couple now, what's happening inside of you, which is a focus. Let's turn this inward, not outward.
Right.
So we talk a little bit about that. And
but we talk an awful lot, not just about how we communicate, but what we think.
Yeah, exactly.
And our beliefs.
And so the other thing, so I think this is really unique in that it's addressing financial conflict in couples, written to the couples. And in addition to that, we introduce the IFS theory. Well, I don't know of any book written that introduces IFS for couples, much less around money.
Mm-hmm.
So I think on several accounts, this is a very groundbreaking book.
It's very groundbreaking, and not to sell the book short, it is truly, or perhaps not to over embellish how helpful I believe this book is going to be for couples, that it goes beyond the relational. We dig into the individual and the coupleship, right? Because we have to talk about ourselves and what our beliefs and perspectives and our thoughts. And so what makes this book truly different is that we are bringing the emotional as well as the beliefs and behaviors together. What is the emotional drivers of money and conflict, but also what are our thoughts? And so you and I can maybe talk or laugh about how we came to decide what we would and wouldn't include in this book around cognitive biases.
Oh.
And do you want to pick the story up, or do you prefer not to?
I wonder if we should wait.
Okay, let's wait. That's a good idea. For no reason other than
I would make the rest of this particular podcast on that. Yeah. I'd love to get into it. Yeah, we'll just hold back. Make sure you tune in for the session on cognitive biases. But yeah, and the one thing that the book doesn't have in it is a lot of nuts and bolts on the money part.
You're saying it does not.
Does not.
Yeah.
On the budgeting, or how to do a budget, or how to do this, which there's tons of information on how to do the nuts and bolts of the financial part of a coupleship. A partnership.
This is not how to balance your checkbook. This is not how to save per se. It's about why we do what we do and how to get out of those conflict places.
Yeah, because how to do it in a way is the easy part. And I don't want to minimize then the logic of good financial decisions or keeping a budget, but for the most part, 80% of all financial problems, or where somebody's stuck financially, has to do with emotions not needing more knowledge.
Right.
So if we can get the emotions healed, understood, if we can get that part in balance, then the nuts and bolts can come a lot easier.
Truly. And also to that point, and I just lost my train of thought. To that point, it also helps to know how to get from point A to B to better understand ourselves and our emotions. And that is, in addition, what we do, because it was important to you and I remember having this conversation. We wanted this to be a very 30,000 foot view generalization, and then also very specific. So the book appeals to those who really want to do the work. And for those who do, we have a lot of exercises that can help couples walk through this. And any couple of any sexual expression, any financial evaluation, any demographic, this book is universal for couples, period. Whoever defines themselves as a couple.
Exactly. So we talk about a lot of this in the first chapter, exploring why it's so hard to talk about money. I often, when I talk to therapists, I'll talk about, talking about money is harder than talking about sex. And at least that was my experience when I came up through group therapy for many years. And most therapists agree with that.
And as would I. I work.
And I probably should preference that because Deb is a level 3 sexual addiction counselor.
Well, actually, I facilitate a lot of the trainings for many
She's a
therapists.
trainer.
I'm a trainer. So I will tell you that I talk about sex with individuals and couples every day on a very, very intimate level. And yet, should that conversation turn to in session to money, you'd think I just threw a grenade in the room, because talking about sex on very detailed levels can be a lot easier than disclosing what one makes or how one spends or how much debt one has or how many credit cards one uses or how many financial secrets is one keeping. And so as a facilitator trainer, I will tell you that bringing this book into that realm is also incredibly helpful.
And that just always blows me away. And I'm like, why does this still blow me away? Because it was